Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Disney Parks and Review. My main man, my friend Chip Confer, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, coming down off of a Star Wars high, but I'm doing good. How was Pittsburgh? You just got back.
It was a lot of fun. It was cold, with the wind chill and everything blowing off the three rivers there. But like I saw you last night in the video show that you were doing. What was it? The Diz Life.
The Diz Life Live.
I like how you mentioned I'll trade a Pittsburgh Penguins over the Star Wars Starcruiser.
Yes, I will. I will say it loud on our podcast here. Thank you, Pittsburgh Penguins. This is the only time I will say thank you to you for taking Chip away from Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser for me.
We got a win, so I was glad.
There you go. See, I got a win too. I went to space.
Yeah, but I think I got the better end of the deal because I got all the foods that I grew up with, like pepperoni rolls and all that fun stuff from Pittsburgh.
Oh, see, that does make a huge difference. It's like if I went back to Philly, like I would have nothing but pizza and cheesesteaks and soft pretzels. It's got to be the same way in Pittsburgh. And what's the famous sandwich out there with the fries on it and everything?
Primanti Brothers.
Yeah, that's the one. Did you get any of that?
Yeah, I got that at the stadium, but it was kind of soggy.
Well, at least you had it because that food from where you grew up in is something special to go back to. So I can see why you love that. Too
But I
bad
mean,
Pittsburgh.
but the food at Disney is, I mean, top notch. I'm sure you got to sample a lot of that.
A lot of food this week. A lot of food this week. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. But so I don't know. It was a hectic week. We had a very busy week down here while you were driving back and forth between North Carolina and Pittsburgh. Yeah, where do you want to start? How about we start over at Epcot this week?
Okay.
So there is a lot going on right now. We're in the middle of Festival of No Festival, which means they're setting up for the next festival. But in the meantime, Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, did you see the new building that is going on? I mean, obviously you've been here for the construction.
hmm Yeah, I was able to see the inside and everything.
Yeah, so now they have repainted the whole entrance building. They put up all the signs. So it's looking closer and closer to opening up. The Nova Corps ship is almost completely installed now.
Yeah, it looks like they're working on like the grounds up front, laying down a lot of cement, and I wonder if they're going to put any kind of greenery or anything like that up front.
I'm wondering if they're going to do the greenery. My biggest concern, and it seems to be being taken care of, was how the Nova Corps ship was being held up. That steel structure looked totally out of place, but it looks like they've added a cover to that and are going to light it up, so you're not going to really notice it. So that's actually
Well, if they can do islands in Pandora, I think this would be pretty easy for them.
right. Floating islands or a Nova Corps ship. I think they're going to do a good job. I can't wait till this opens. This opens. The leak was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I mean,
so how
I
much do
wonder
we
if
believe that?
I wonder if that was on purpose. Honestly,
It came from an executive at Disney. It wasn't like it was from like Joe cast member, which I'm not saying anything about Joe cast member, but they wouldn't know the opening date. This is from an executive who works in the main office with Bob Chapek.
whoops.
Whoops. Do you think they got in trouble?
Yeah, I think this is just my opinion. I think Disney leaks a lot of this information, whether it's movies or ride openings. I think they leak the information just to see the response.
You know, I have not thought of it that way, but you are probably correct. You have many more years dealing with Disney than I do. But that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if they're going to open it. Memorial Day weekend would be the prime time to do it because that's when they release all the big rides and everything else is that weekend.
Yeah.
So maybe I would say middle of May we might see a soft opening.
Yeah, annual pass previews for the month of May, you think?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely do that. If they did it for Remy, and Remy's not a huge ride, they'll definitely do it for this.
Yeah, and not only that, but the tweet that came out did say that they were riding it, and then I guess Zach Ridley over there at Epcot had put another Instagram post out showing the new ride queue and the main entrance to get onto the coaster itself.
Yeah,
So
that's actually up live now on the website.
excellent. See,
Yeah.
go to chipandco.com, everybody. You can actually see that article that is on there right now.
A lot of times I don't think people realize this because our Facebook page is so big. We write a lot of these articles in advance and publish them on the website. So if you go to the website, you may see articles that may not have hit on the Facebook page or may hit in the next hour or two on there. But you can read all this stuff early, like super early, if you just go to the website.
See, that's a great tip and trick right there. Um, Yeah, I mean, look, we posted between what, a day, 2 days out on some of these articles. Some of them only an hour, so you're not going to get everything, but you're going to get the majority of articles early if you go over to chipandco.com. So
Yeah, you
make
like to do yours early.
yeah, I like to do mine 24 hours early. Okay, I like to not have to do anything in the morning because I like to jump out and get to the parks as early as possible. Which, speaking of getting to the parks early as possible, Epcot hours have been changed and are now opening up earlier and earlier. And
Yeah.
actually, it is the earliest that Epcot and World Showcase have opened together.
Yeah, 8 for people that are staying there and 8:30 for all the chumps like you.
Yeah, and see, that's why I get my articles done the night before or even earlier, is so I can get out of my house that early and get over to the park. And I love being over there in the morning. It's so beautiful and peaceful. And get my Joffreys, which, by the way, I love you, Joffreys, in case you're ever listening.
Yeah, we need a sponsorship from them.
I need to be endorsed by Joffreys every time I talk about them. I love you, Joffreys. No, really.
That is crazy that they're opening even the World Showcase that early. I don't think I've ever recalled them opening the World Showcase before 10. It's
Yeah,
always
I don't
10 or
remember
11.
before 10. So originally, pre-pandemic, it was 11 o'clock. The front of the park would open at 10 and the rest would open, I mean, or 9 was the earliest I think I've ever seen at Epcot.
Yeah, no.
But World Showcase was still 11 o'clock hard. Now it's everything opening all at once,
Do
which
you
again, I'll take.
do you think maybe it has something to do with how they haven't really brought in the people from other countries into the World Showcase? It's mostly just locals?
That could be a good portion of it. It also could be that they're expecting crowds to be ginormous in the next coming few weeks,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so they need to spread people out right away when they get there. Um, Guardians coming out is going to add to the crowds over there. Flower and Garden, which we're about to talk about, is a huge event, and people love going to Flower and Garden. So could yeah. So my thoughts are, and again, you've done this longer than I have, so I kind of listened to you on some of this. I think it's just going to be crowds. I think it's going to be just packed in the next month or two.
Yeah, looking at the Park Pass reservation system, it's next week when we come down, they're sold out on a lot of the dates, like, the 12th and 13th, gone, no reservations whatsoever.
Wow. That's crazy. And I don't even know what's going on. Like if I look at the calendar, it doesn't show anything special on there.
Yeah, I mean, up here, it's not really spring break, but I'd imagine some parts of the country it is.
Yeah, I mean early spring break. Spring break lasts what, middle of March until middle of September for the country. So we'll see.
September?
Yeah. Did I say September?
Yeah,
I'm in April.
that's a long it's a
April, September, they're the same thing, just
yeah,
opposite ends of the year.
long spring break.
It's a long spring break. I told you it's been a long week. Um, so anyway, Flower and Garden, and I love Flower and Garden. What I'm really excited about is the concerts coming back. That's a big thing to me. That's one of the reasons Holly and I moved down to the Central Florida area, because I love being able to go over to Epcot and just watch a concert.
Flock of seagulls. I know you're gonna be first in line for that.
I'm going to actually grow my hair out and do the flock of seagulls floof.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna, no, but I think you were saying, like, I actually had more than you say to me. A lot of people want to come and see Toby Mac. I think those shows are going to be packed, every single one of them, because I've heard that from many different people. What everybody wanted to come see that. Yeah, there's a few others that I'm going to go see. I have to look at the list. Look, I only live 20 minutes away from American Pavilion, so I'll go every night if I can.
You should see
Yeah,
the Guess Who. They're coming on the 4th and 5th.
who?
The Guess Who?
The Who?
Yeah, well, they listed the Guess Who.
Oh, okay. Who's on first? What's on
Yeah,
second?
exactly.
Topiaries are up, and the rest of Epcot looks beautiful right now. Like I was saying, this is one of my favorite festivals. Like I love arts. That's probably my top one, but Flower and Garden would definitely be up there with arts, and it's just because it, winter's over. It is springtime. The flower beds are there. The topiaries look great, and especially the first 2 weeks where the flowers are in full bloom looks spectacular.
Well, on your shot list, I noticed that Goofy is now up front right at the entrance of Epcot.
Did he get his 50th anniversary cake they're supposed to be with it?
I think so when I saw pictures.
Yeah, see, I love when we get new topiaries. Like we've done Figment, we've seen Figment before, and don't get me wrong, Figment looks great. We've seen Mickey and Minnie before. We've seen Donald and Huey, Dewey, Louie, Daisy. We've seen a lot of these in the past, so it's really nice to get something new. Like apparently, there's a new Pluto one coming out. Um, Goofy's now up front, like you just said. With the 50th anniversary, they're supposed to have a cake up there. So I like that we're getting something new and different for the 50th anniversary.
They're doing iridescent flowers too, which is
Really?
different. Yeah, that's that article you're writing up tomorrow.
See, I have to start paying attention to what's coming up tomorrow. I'm not even done today. Speaking of tomorrow, yeah, so they're doing iridescent flowers. Did they just spray on glitter?
Yeah, it looks like the Disney parks released a video on TikTok where they just sprinkle on pixie dust.
Pixie dust. Let's go with pixie dust. Okay. Look, it's something different for the 50th anniversary.
Will it really stay there, you think? A good rain would
Yes.
probably wash that
No,
stuff
I
away.
think yeah. Did you say wash? Did you add an R again into that word? Um see, you were back home. Like you're making it, you got that hard R going on everything.
Well, they say I sound Southern in Pittsburgh. They're like, "You're Southern." I'm like, "No, I'm from this area, though."
I grew and lived here. Come on, I wash for clothes. um yeah, so where were we? Oh, is it going to stay on? No, it's not going to stay on. I mean, it's unless they're using like super glue or something. Of course, it's going to wash off. I don't know. Like I remember them putting all the gold, the pixie dust on the gingerbread houses, and on the flowers, and it seemed to hold up really well for the month that they were up. So, who knows? Look, it could be like chalk art where you have to redo it every day.
Yeah,
But
spray
hey,
on.
it gives a cast member a job.
Yeah, job security there.
Right. What's your job? I spray the pixie dust. You're my hero. What a great, like, seriously, I would sit around, like, if I was in retirement age or I just needed a secondary job, like, I'll be your pixie dust man.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds so wrong, but we'll go with that. Yeah, so that's Epcot. I mean, there's a lot going on. We're going to get into Flower and Garden more after Wednesday when it opens. So it opens up Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022, for those who are going over there. And there is nothing crazy for the opening day. There will be no 7-hour Figment popcorn bucket line. There will be nothing crazy like that. It should be a lot calmer.
Yeah, they have Spike the
Especially
Bee Sipper returning, but I mean,
right, which is
I was
not
there last
Figment.
year. Yeah,
Um, yeah, there's a few other really cool merch things coming. I do like the Spike the Bee sipper. What else did I see out there that was really cool? A few other the Spike the Bee stuff. I can't wait to go through the Butterfly Garden and a few other things. So it's gonna
you
be
know,
good.
there is talk, and I don't. This is a little bit of Disney gossip. I don't know if this is true or not, but if you look at the signage that they have for the different food booths, the Disney dining plan symbols are on the sign. So there's talk that the dining plan is returning.
That would be big news.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it comes. Yeah, why would, and that's what I was thinking. I saw one or two signs during Arts Festival that had that. The Encanto booth had it. Not every booth had it. Now it looks like every booth has the dining plan 2022 signs on there.
Yeah.
So why would they print that up unless something like that was returning? But it's Disney, and unless we get an official word, we don't know. So stick around. Well, if we get official word, you'll be the first to know. Trust us. You'll see it on Instagram and on our Facebook and on chipandco.com instantly, because that's going to be big news. People have been waiting for that since 2022 to return.
2022? You mean
2020? 2020.
Boy, you're just racking them up today.
I told you. We're gonna have to put up a mistake counter on this at some point. You watch it on YouTube, the number just keeps rising.
Ding, 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 ding.
You need a bell. Oh man. Okay, so over at Magic Kingdom, not a lot going on, but one or two really important things did happen. We got the return of the stage show, Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, which is a return of a show that used to be on the stage with some added enhancements and some added. Mickey and Minnie are now in their 50th anniversary outfits for the show. We got to see the cool. I mean, it was a return of the Frozen song was in there. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see a stage show, and it lasts about 15, almost 20 minutes.
So what happened during that stage show? I noticed that the video we uploaded is only like 8 minutes long.
So I was tired. I was really tired. I just got back from being in space for a few days, and my gimbal decided that it wanted to shut off, but instead of just shutting off, it started spinning, and it flung my phone out of it.
Oh wow.
And the phone crashed on the corner, and the screen went kaput, and it was a series of unfortunate accidents. And I just kind of walked away going, I gotta walk away. I literally walked away. I was like, I gotta get away from everybody. I don't want to scream or yell, because I was so mad at myself for not charging the gimbal and making sure everything was safe. But we're all back to normal. Everything's back to square one. So we're going to go over there and get the whole thing.
So did you get a new phone?
Yes. Yeah. Had to replace the whole screen, everything.
Did you get a new one?
Yep.
So you got the S22?
No. They replaced it with what I had.
I got you.
Yeah. And you know what? The transfer time over there was almost instant. I love how Samsung does it now. I didn't even need a transfer or anything. It was just take everything from this one phone, and it all showed up on the new phone perfectly.
Did you use the cable like I suggested?
Didn't even need to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you hold these phones back to back, and they work perfectly.
Yeah. Samsung, if you're looking to sponsor us,
yes,
you can contact me.
Samsung, we love you, Samsung. We love you.
We're probably like the only two people that use Samsung. All the other writers and everything, they all use Apple. Even Holly uses Apple.
Yeah, she switched over to iPhone, and she loves it. I try and use her phone, and I have to hand it back to her because I can't find, like, the keyboard is not laid out properly, and there's a few other things, and I just get so confused. I'm like, why do I just take it? So
I can't figure out how to, like, with Samsung, you can like click back. You have that thing down at the bottom where you can navigate. So you click something ahead. Oh, I don't want to go there. I could just hit at the bottom and it goes back. But on like an Apple, I'm like, how do I go back?
They don't want you to go back. It's always into the future.
I
They
gotcha.
hate you. They hate the past. That's what it is. They hate people. They hate, I don't know. They hate ease of use. I love you, iPhone. You can be endorsed at. We're shilling for everything anymore. Come on, you want to be a sponsor? Come on. All you got to do is be Samsung or Joffrey's. Yeah, so the Friendship Fair's back. That's really cool. It just adds to the Magic Kingdom feeling like the Magic Kingdom. Does that make sense? Like the Magic Kingdom, you want to walk in there and like and especially with the parade coming back in a week, you literally have cavalcade, stage show, parade, cavalcade, stage show, parade, and it's nonstop. So when you're in the hub, there is now something almost always going on, and it feels like the Magic Kingdom should feel. It feels magical, and it feels special to see Mickey Mouse everywhere.
So the only thing we're really missing is like face-to-face character interactions.
Yeah, and yeah, let's speak on that for a second. We're gonna veer out of the direction. So over at Star Wars, you are getting face-to-face interactions where they touch you and move you, and they are in. There's no masks. You're part of the show, and they are next to you, and you can talk to them, and there's no rope separating you. So wouldn't that justify the rest of the Disney parks doing that now?
I mean, you would think I mean, mask mandates are going away across the country. Even like I know around here, the transportation ones, like the kids that take the bus to school, my girls,
Mhm.
they had to wear masks, but not anymore. That's gone.
Right. And you would think, okay, well, if it comes down to union, well, they're letting the characters do that over at Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. So why can't the parks?
Yeah.
And I think what's going to happen is I think we wrote in the article, or I wrote in the article, people are just going to get louder and louder and angrier that you're paying X amount of money and you get face to face. Why can't you have that in the parks without charging more money? And it should be out in the open. You're in Florida. They haven't had mask mandates for almost anything. Disney still has it on transportation only. You don't need it indoors or at restaurants or in the parks at all. And transportation is probably going to be loosened up anytime now also. So yeah, I mean, I think a major step for Disney would be having the character interactions back how they used to be. And there's no reason not to.
Yeah. I don't like people touching me, so I'm fine with the way it is now.
Yeah, I'm look, I'm not advocating for the characters to come back how they used to, because I love having that little space to get a great selfie, and
Oh
you
yeah.
can, like, nothing for nothing. I have blue hair. They notice me from on top of Main Street, and they point out and they give you the heart with their hands. Like I think that's special. So I'm okay with it.
You know, in Disneyland Paris, they have the character interactions there. If you want to just get like a picture of the character, they have like a little section set aside. You know, you can get in a normal line to meet the character, but over off to the side, they have a little spot where you can go and stand. And then in between the people, as they go up and meet the characters, they'll turn and pose for you, take a picture, and you can walk away.
That's
I
really
don't,
cool. That's a
yeah,
cool concept.
I don't know why they don't have it here, but I loved it when I went over there because a lot of times I don't want to get a picture with the characters. Again, I don't like them touching me or anything. So I'll just go to the little spot there and turn around and get a selfie or just get a picture of the character and walk away.
I'm now hiring a character to follow you around and touch you all day. That's what you get for that joke with Sam the other day. So, so my friend Chip here, he respects his employees and so his friends so much that we had a friend who was at a media event with us, and I had never met Sam before, but you are lifelong friends basically because you've been working so long doing media here at Disney that you were like, oh, go say hi to him for me. Tell him how much of a Flyers fan you are, because the man loves the Flyers. Like, yeah, okay, sure. I got something to break the ice. I'll go over and start talking about the Flyers. I'll talk hockey with anybody. And I go over to Sam and I'm like, hey man, I heard you're one of the biggest Flyers fans. And he looks at me and goes, Chip sent you, didn't he? Like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh. It's like, son of a gun, man. It's like, hang my head in shame. It's like, damn you, Chip Confer.
Yeah, Sam runs the Disney Nerds podcast, and I've known him for quite a while. I'll see him at different media events and everything. He's really fun. He was up when I was up in Pittsburgh. He was doing the Star Wars where they do the classical music. They play the Star Wars music, and
Yeah.
you watch the things on the screen. So I didn't have a chance to see him, but he was doing that on Saturday night, which was really cool.
I did have a good maybe that's where it came from too. I had a great conversation about John Williams and Disney music as whole, and seeing it in front of a symphony or an orchestra. So
Yeah,
yeah, that guy is knowledgeable and really nice guy. He forgave me for mentioning that, and I
yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll get Chip back for it.
Give him a
So
listen. Disney Nerds podcast.
yeah. Um, Yeah, so that's Magic Kingdom. I mean, we could talk about in the Magic Kingdom and Epcot and everywhere else. There's the gold statues, the 50th anniversary statues that are around the parks are getting an update. It looks like they're adding speakers and some extra lights to all of them, and a precursor to what we think will be the interactive feature on Magic Band 2.0.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's interesting. I'm I'm interested in what they do with that. Like the concept sounds cool. It sounds like you're going to be like they do at the Super Bowl or whatever, where everybody's lights up at once. It looks like so it looks like there's fireflies or whatever. So I'm interested to see how they introduce this, and what the interaction is with the statues. Because is it going to
You
be a
pr- you'll
certain
probably get
interaction?
some voiceovers, or it will light up. I'd imagine they do something.
Yeah, but is it one of those, oh, well, the person just went in front of me, I just saw it, so why should I do it type thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're gonna have the magic band anyway, so
Yeah.
maybe they'll call you out by name, or
Oh,
you
how
know,
cool would that be? In their character voice?
maybe that'd be top notch right there.
That would be over the top. So, yeah, I mean, and that's just one of those simple things that Disney does that kind of adds to the magic. So we'll see. We'll see how many people adapt to 2.0 when that comes out later this year, and hopefully it's sooner than later.
Well, you're
Um,
not gonna have a choice. Those little batteries inside of the original magic bands aren't gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the original ones, they only lasted a few years. The newer ones are lasting a little longer, but they're still, I mean, within 2 years, none of them are going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom's Animal Kingdom, man. It's a little like it's really nice when you walk in right now. They put up the Ice Age. What is it? Buck's new
Buck
movie
Wild.
there. Buck Wild. Yeah. The sandcastle is actually in the front now. And the sandcastle is really nice. Normally they've done it on the stage inside.
Mhm.
Like the last one for Raya and Last Dragon was in there, a few others, but no, this one's outside, right by the Joffrey stand. Which, speaking of Joffreys, I love you. Call us. Told you I'm going to be a shill for Joffrey's. Yeah, so the sandcastle and sculpture is out by Joffrey's outside the park, and it's really nice looking, and it's between the security and where you scan to get into the park.
So, have you thought about this? Since Disney now owns Ice Age, do you think maybe we might see some kind of retheming over in the Animal Kingdom, like where the coaster used to be and Dinosaur, that area over there?
Boy, that's a great thought on that. Now that I think of it, that is the only thing that would really make sense. If you're going to keep the dinosaur theme, then keeping the Ice Age theme over in that area would make
I
total
mean, the
sense.
movies are super popular.
Right. You can do like Sid Slide and a few other things. Yeah, I mean the movies are I loved the first two or three movies. Yeah, I think that actually would work really well now that you think about it. And I mean, is Disney thinking that way? I mean, they got to do something with that spot. They got to do something with Animal Kingdom, especially with Expedition Everest still being down. You have a major ride. There's no coaster over there right now, and you have
Yeah.
a major ride that is still down and has been delayed. So when you guys come down, it's not even going to be open for you.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a half day park for us.
Yeah, and that's a shame because the park is so well themed and so well done, but when you're missing a few rides, and here's the problem: like, sometimes it's cold in the morning, so you really don't want to do like Kilimanjaro, or the rapids. Um, the safari eats up 20 minutes, and then you have Avatar to wait in line.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar will eat up most of your day if there's a long line.
Right. And I mean, look, I love me some Avatar, but I'm not waiting 2.5 hours to ride that.
What's the longest you'll wait in a line?
Okay. I think the longest I would wait would be for something like Tron. And I would probably put it at about 80 minutes. I think
So
if it was
you
over 80 minutes, I would debate it.
So you would wait 80 minutes. How about for a ride that's actually working now? You've done all the rides a bunch of times. So let's say you're going to go ride Seven Dwarf Mine Train. How long would you wait for that?
30 minutes tops.
Okay. Which will never happen because I've never seen it
It
shorter than
that's
90 minutes.
right. That's the problem with living. I know it's not even a problem. That's one of the things that's nice about living down here is if you do have an after hours event or you do get in there first thing in the morning or the last thing at night, you can really do it in 30 minutes or less.
Yeah.
But you have to be down here on days like today where it's a little crowded. It's probably sitting at 75 minutes. Even with using Lightning Lane or Disability Access Pass, you are still sitting at 30 minutes no matter what.
Yeah.
Like they it does improve it, but it's not like, oh, I'm just going to walk in and go right on the ride. Uh, I loved going after hours when they did the no themed after hours and there was barely anybody there. I think my daughter and I went from Space Mountain to Seven Dwarfs to was it Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain. Like we just kept on doing them in loops because there was no line for anything. We didn't wait for Seven Dwarfs once.
Yeah. Those after hours are, if you want to ride rides, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah. And so, especially those no themed ones, come on. I can't wait for them to come back. That was one of my favorite events. And I didn't mind paying the extra $120. Like that made it worth it because you were able to do all the rides. And
Yeah.
then by the time you have a themed event, you're not wasting, you don't even need to do the rides anymore. You can just enjoy the theme. So
30,
yeah, you get
30 minutes
spoiled.
is probably my go-to as well. I don't,
Yeah.
my back will only stand so much just standing there.
Yeah.
So
And then like, no, look, I have a problem. I think we discussed before of people soup. I
yeah.
don't want to be touched by anybody. I don't need your sweat near me. Like, and it's nothing like, look, it's especially in the middle of summer, there's nothing you could do about it. It's just gross though. I'm sorry, it's just gross. Um, so yeah, 30 minutes tops, and I still need 3 feet in front and behind me.
Yeah, I
Um,
miss those days.
yeah, I it's so sad to say I miss the pandemic, but I don't miss people being sick. I miss the lack of crowds and but then again, you think of it other ways. Okay, people were out of jobs and yeah. But anyway, finishing up on Animal Kingdom, it looks like Nemo's all the signs around the Nemo theater are now gone or covered over, or they're being completely replaced. It's funny walking through there because you used to see in the queue they had these little signs that would be like Dory says conserve water, whatever it is. They're all gone now. So
Mhm.
you don't even have the little theming that used to be around the outside. Right across from where Kite Tails the amphitheater is, all those signs are now gone. So again, it's just another thing in Animal Kingdom that makes it into a half day park or less.
I think when Nemo finally comes back, I think it's gonna be shorter than the original.
Really?
It's a long show, and I'll tell you, being in the parks and just sitting there watching Nemo, my eyes would get so heavy. I think I've seen maybe the middle part of Nemo a handful of times. Any other time, I'm just like,
The ultimate nap.
and it's just I can't. It's weird because you're so comfortable and the music's going and everything. It's hard to keep your eyes open.
I fall asleep in China at the whatever show that is. The 360 show.
Yeah.
Reflections of China. It puts me to sleep every time. Every single time.
We need to do an article like best napping spots at Disney World.
Right. We need that one and we need to work with there's a influencer Instagrammer, WDW bathrooms. We need to talk with her too and do a bathrooms like these are the best bathrooms if you need them. Like I have a feeling those articles would go over great because look, everybody needs them.
Yeah.
So that and napping spots, nap around Epcot.
I can nap in Frozen because that in Hollywood Studios. I'm just not a huge Frozen person, so
Right.
I fall asleep in that one. Let's see. Magic Kingdom, you got the People Mover, that's easy to fall asleep on. Or
It's so peaceful.
yeah, Carousel of Progress. Animal Kingdom, you got Nemo, and then what else am I missing?
Well,
Epcot.
we went live the other day and brought Indiana Jones to the Facebook people.
Oh
Which
yeah,
was
how was that?
that was a last minute call and was like one of those, oh, I'm about to go to Indiana Jones. You know what I think we've never done? I think we've never gone live from here. So I was like, I have great seats. I'm gonna enjoy the show. Let's just give the
And
people what they've
you've
been
never
asking
seen it,
for.
have you?
I've never seen it. So I was
So what
like,
did you think?
um, I would not do that if it was summertime. I think it was just
Oh
too
yeah.
hot and too gross. Everybody wants to see it now because it came back. So I'm really happy it's back. We've talked to some of the actors and actresses in the show itself, and they're great people. So I'm not trying to say anything negative about it. I love it, but it's outdoors in the middle of summer. I wouldn't want to do. The show itself, I thought it was great. Like it's just a fun Disney show.
Yeah.
Like I can't say it any better. Like Disney just knows how to do shows like that.
Yeah, it's a good show. I like it.
Yeah, like Frozen's a great show. I can't wait for
Nah, I
Little
beg to
Mermaid to
differ
come
on that
back.
one.
Yeah, you're not a Frozen guy. I love Frozen. Love me some Frozen. I can't wait for the Little Mermaid show sing along to come back. I can't wait to see Ursula
Yeah,
go
that's
over
a good
there.
nap spot too.
Yes, that
It's
is.
dark.
Yep. Not everybody's going nuts around you. Like
Bugs Life is kind.
Beauty and the Beast and Indiana Jones, because they're outdoors, are great this time of year.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's give the people what they want. And we've been delaying it so long. And thank you guys so much for sticking around with us. Please remember Facebook, Chip and Company, Instagram, Chip and Company, chipandco.com on the web for all your updated latest news. You can get us all over the place.
You
And
guys are doing
now,
TikTok now.
yeah, we're doing the ticking and the talking. Actually, Holly is doing the TikTok. She's raised up the numbers in the past few weeks, and she's doing it strong. I think she's doing an amazing job. I don't understand it, so that's why the numbers never grew when I did it.
Yeah, I feel like Murtaugh from those movies. I'm too old for this.
Right,
I can't
right.
finish that. But
stuff. Yeah, so we're everywhere. So while we're there, you guys can go to all those and check out all the behind the scenes. No, not behind the scenes. You can check out all the information we're about to talk about. And we're not going to go too in depth here. We are, because we're going to, at some point, we're actually going to put up a review. We're the only people who have done, here's what it is, and we haven't said our thoughts on it. We've kind of just went, yeah, this is great. Go.
seems like
Star
a good
Wars.
Wednesday post.
Yeah. Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. Let's go fly to a galaxy far, far away, Chip. And again, I will say thank you to you for allowing me to go over there and do that. That was a childhood dream.
Thank you to Disney.
Thank you so much to Disney for making sure that our coverage was correct. And I will preface this by saying Disney does not pay us to report on things. They invite us out to see what it is and then give our own reports on things. So for all those people who are out there saying that we're shills, you believe what you want. It's all good. I don't care. I don't
I've
care.
not heard any of that. That's news to me.
Oh man, you should have you not read some of the comment section, man? We were taking a beating for a few days.
No, I don't read
I
it.
personally took a beating. They were like, blue-haired guy, we're not listening to him. Chill. Like, wow, the hair color did it for you?
Yeah,
like, thanks.
If I did that, I would say back in the beginning when I started the website, I would read like all the comments, and I'd get really offended when people would call me out on something, and then after a while, it stresses you out too much, so you can't do it. So
Yeah.
I'll look at like when we post something on Facebook or whatever, I'll look when the article hits maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then I just have to let it go because there's no way I can keep up with it, and no way I can take everything to heart.
Yeah, I think I've learned this weekend. I think it was a very good learning lesson for me. I think I learned that as long as we are accurate, I don't care what people have to say. So as long as what we reported, whether it's positive or negative, as long as it's accurate.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put something in Disney's mouth or not put something in Disney's mouth. I want to make sure that what we saw gets reported. And look, then it becomes an opinion piece. After a while, it becomes exactly what you thought of the experience. I
Well,
have a
we
skewed
love Disney, and
right.
a lot of times our stuff is going to be positive because we love Disney, and we're we understand that certain things happen, and you can't knock Disney for something like the whole lightsaber thing. Now, do you want Ray to go out there with the the mother of all lightsabers and start whacking away on Kylo Ren? No, I understand she's going to set that thing down and grab something else and use it because they probably spent a fortune on that lightsaber, and
Correct.
you're not gonna beat the crap out of it because it's not going to last long, and then you're out 10 grand. That doesn't make sense to me.
Right, and making a simple it was a character's mistake on how they did the transfer, and that is easily fixable, and it probably was the only time that that happened, and it looked that way, and we just happened to capture it.
Yeah,
But
and
to
it's a
rip the whole
test run.
company, and
Yeah.
not only that, and I agree with you. Look, at the end of the day, Disney does a lot of stuff right. They do a few things wrong once in a while, and we report on those things. Um, but it's also Disney, and we know that they will go back and fix things if they see a mistake or if they actually see an error happening. And they won't just let it go. They spend a lot of money on this stuff, and they spend a lot of time and research to make it right. So, look, at the end of the day, just like you said, I love Disney. I love Star Wars. I look at things a little bit through rose tinted glasses sometimes, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring people a little bit of joy and a little bit of happiness while they're planning for their next stay. And we're trying to give people reasons to come down here. We don't make any money off that. We just love what we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's all the only thing I'll say about that, because that is like I learned that I will make sure that it's reported 100% correctly. And then whatever the opinion is the opinion. And the opinion of Star Wars, and I think what a lot of people are upset about is the opinion of Star Wars is how great it really is. And I don't think people wanted to hear that. They wanted to hear that it was a train wreck and it was horrible. And at the end of the day, it wasn't.
Yeah, you only got a taste. I mean, you're telling us, you showing the videos and telling us about the experience, and you only got a taste. You imagine what it'd be like 2 days on the Halcyon there?
Right. Absolutely fabulous. Again, as a huge Star Wars fan, and we love Star Wars here, it truly is a fabulous immersive experience. We got just 5 hours on the Halcyon, and we our group only got to see one half the story, maybe even a little less, because we didn't go over to Batu. We didn't take the box truck, which looks fabulous inside, and
You didn't
people
even
want to.
spend the night or anything.
Right. We didn't do any of that stuff. So I don't know what it's like sitting there at 2 a.m. in the morning, like I normally do, wanting to have a drink and sitting there at the bar if it's open. Like, there's got to be some other cool aspects of this. And look, there are some weak points. The lightsaber battle is not it's not fun. It'll be fun for kids, but as an adult, you expect a lot more. And I think that's going to be adapted and made into a better experience. And you can already see they've added things to it to try and make it better. But things like that are made up in other ways. The food is fabulous. It's good portions. The dinner is excellent. Um, yeah, it's like I said, little things like putting the Halcyon logo on the waffle. Like,
Yeah.
that's just a little Disney trick that you go, okay, I'm here at Disney World. That's great. Thank you. The grilled cheese bubble bread thing is so weird, but so good.
Eh, In the blue shrimp, did you see any of that?
I did not have any of the blue shrimp. I did not stick around for the blue shrimp. By the time half of our meal was done, there was an emergency on board the ship, and we all had to scramble to our atrium areas and watch the final battle.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of rushed us through that. The performances are excellent. One of the cool things that I will mention, and I'm trying to get this out there more, is how well the cast members are over there. They stay in character, but at the same time, they are also giving you that Disney extra special thing that Disney does, that one-on-one attention. They truly, it truly was the best experience I've ever seen at a hotel or resort, and it was so different and so good that I can't recommend this enough to people who can afford it, one, and people who've grown up with Star Wars and can um, put reality to the side for 2 whole days.
I mean,
That's yeah.
it just looks amazing. All the pictures and videos that you shared, all 1,200 of them.
1,250, I think it was the final count. That and I think I had 2 hours of video. I think we put a bunch of the videos up, and we're slowly getting as much up as we can. Yeah, we put a lot up on the Chip and Co YouTube page, and you can go watch a bunch of the videos. And look, we did put spoilers in front of the final battle in case you guys do not want to see what the ending is like, because it is special. It's spectacular. Um, yeah, so the food was good. We got to talk to the people in merchandise and talk a lot about the new lightsaber that came out. So the merchandise on the Halcyon looks fabulous. Which, speaking of that, did you see the report of some of the influencers who stayed are selling some of that merchandise already?
Yeah, I've seen it on a couple different blogs, but I don't.
Yeah, somebody's
Yeah,
selling their lightsaber for like $1,500. Like, oh man, see, this is what ruins all the fun for us.
to me, it's not worth it. I mean, when we do the media events and they give us swag bags and stuff like that, to throw it up on eBay, it's not worth that money to not get invited again.
Right. It's just not worth it. Look, I don't want to ever be banned from the most magical place on earth. So, yeah, look, Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser, you guys have seen most of the videos out there. Instagram had so much of it. We have covered it pretty much in depth without doing a review. Um, but I can honestly say it was one of the most special events I've ever done in my life. And I only was there for 5 hours. So take that for what it is. And it was good. It was great. Thanks, Pittsburgh. So, yeah, what do we got going on this week, Chip?
Well, actually, tomorrow while you're at the Flower and Garden, tomorrow evening I'll be seeing Lion King, the Broadway production.
Oh, excellent. Where's that playing at?
It's playing in Greensboro.
Oh, excellent. That I heard was fabulous. The traveling company I heard was excellent. You have two or three really big stars who are actually from Broadway are in that performance.
Yeah, I
So,
actually saw it on Broadway a few years ago.
yeah, so then you already know. I'm not telling you anything new.
Yeah,
I can't
got
wait. They're doing I think Frozen's coming down here on Broadway, so I think we're going to check out Frozen. And
oh, that'd be nice.
I haven't seen anything else yet. I got to look at the schedules coming up. But yeah, so we got Wednesday. Oh, that is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We will be at Epcot doing Flower and Garden and getting as much as we can from that. And then we are going to spend some wonderful time with some wonderful, amazing young adults, young teens coming down for the Disney Dreamers Academy. So you'll see all the reporting on that. About 100 kids from across the country who are from different backgrounds. Disney kind of gives them leadership skills and quality of life and kind of shows them around how Walt Disney World, the company, runs. So I'm really looking forward to spending time with these kids. A lot of inner city, a lot of kids from poverty-stricken neighborhoods are going to be down here doing that, and this is a way of giving them a leg up and helping them overcome any adversity like that they're going through. So I really, really am looking forward to talking to some of these kids and seeing where they're coming from because, man, reading some of their essays is fabulous and they are well written and these are smart, smart kids and they deserve this. So yeah, we'll be doing Disney Dreamers Academy Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, well, you're doing that on Friday. I'll be at the Penguins Hurricanes game.
Yeah, see, the Flyers are a team in the NHL. I was like, I'm going to go see them when they play Tampa Bay. And I was like, no, it's not worth the ticket price. It's just not. Like, I don't care about Tampa Bay. In fact, they're probably one of my most hated teams. But it would have been nice seeing the boys from Broad Street come down and whoop some butt. But unfortunately, they suck so bad that they shouldn't even come down.
Well, Well, Pittsburgh only is going to be here one time to play the Canes, which is my second favorite team. So that was my Christmas present. My Christmas present was to go up to Pittsburgh, see Pittsburgh play there, and then the game down here this coming weekend.
So I
So
was watching the standings and I was watching the playoff picture. There's a chance that you might get a Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Canes in a playoff situation.
oh yeah, I can't afford those tickets, but it'd be fun to watch.
Okay, I was just seeing how where you would go. Like, what's the price you would pay if they make the playoffs against each other? Would you go to at least one game?
Nah, I can't afford that. We get nosebleeds and nosebleed seats, and it's more about the experience. I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
spend $200 to see them.
Well, you guys take the whole family too, so it's not like Chip goes by himself. So you take the whole family and
Oh, they're not going this.
everybody.
They're not going this Friday.
No,
Nope.
Good for you, man. Enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Even though your kids are amazing, I didn't want to make it sound like your kids aren't amazing, but Dad needs some time away to go see the hockey game.
Yep.
I don't blame you. Yeah, so that's what we got going on this week.
We need to do like
fun.
a hockey show.
We could, man. We could. I think that maybe for next season or maybe Stanley Cups playoffs. We'll have to see about that. The Chip and Co hockey.
Yeah, there we go.
Drop
No
the
one to
puck.
watch.
Yeah, drop the puck between Chip and Greg. There you go. No one will care. No one would care. Even you and I, after a few weeks, would be like, I don't care.
Yeah, our one person that listens to this show is not going to transfer over to that.
And it would be Carrie and Joe Fitzgerald from Pittsburgh. Like, it'd be those two because they're such amazing people. They'd be like, we're supporting you no matter what, even though we hate you now. Like, that's how amazing those two are. So, yeah. Other than that, that's what we have. We have Flower and Garden. We have a busy week ahead. Disney Dreamers Academy. You got some hockey. We have a lot. So by the time we meet up on Thursday night, we are going to be doing our Disney news in review live from wherever I'm at that moment, and see if we can get some of these kids to watch the show and see how a news thing is done on YouTube for Chip and Company.
Nice.
Who knows? We'll see. And we may have special guests.
And maybe on the 14th, when I'm down there, we could do a podcast from the parks.
Yeah, we should do a live sit down, just you and I.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's what we do now anyway. So basically I just said exactly what you said. See, I'm tired, man. I'm so tired. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's it. Guys out there, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we appreciate you listening to Disney Parks and Review, our weekly podcast. It'll be up later today. You can catch it on Chip. Where can we catch this at?
It's everywhere now. It's on Spotify, iHeartRadio. It's everywhere.
That's excellent. We need to be everywhere. No, you know what's great, and I'll put it here. Our numbers are going up because we're doing stuff on YouTube. For a while, we were just putting up generic videos that we put out there, or we would have some videos that people would take in the parks and we would put it up. But now we are on YouTube and we are a presence out there. So we are just adding to the news and to chipandco.com, and things are moving forward and looking good. So we have a bright summer ahead of us.
Yes. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
On that note, thank you everybody very much for listening today. We will see you next week. For now, Chip and Greg signing off. Have a great day.
All right. See ya.